Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 15 on Old Ridge Farm, where today we're continuing on from last time and spreading manure around field 11. And I'm just going to clean up this little bit here that I missed. There we go, that's nice and crap. In the last episode we bought a new manure spreader. We also bought this Ford TW30, bought the Amazon ZAM 1500 Special. It doesn't actually say 1500 Special in the shop, but the mod is called the 1500M Special. I don't quite know why it's so special, but it is. I'm having a bit of a stretch because I'm a bit tired today. I apologise, I'm not bored. There was a solar eclipse this morning. Unfortunately I was asleep and I missed it. Might have actually woken up, realised it was dark and then got back. I might have woken up mid-eclipse and said, oh, it's very dark. It must still be night time. I can afford another few hours sleep. That honestly would not surprise me. Oh good, I thought the conveyor belt was starting to run out of manure there. It will have to be moved eventually, I think, but for now it's good. I forgot to open my bottle of water, so just bear with me while I stop the tractor. And open my bottle of water while keeping cans everywhere. Lovely. Professionalism, I have none. Here we go. Oh, that's fruity. I am again drinking the sparkling summer fruits water, which is insanely fruity and does wake me up quite a bit. It's like getting a small electric shock. It's quite wonderful, and not at all painful, which is lovely. Very refreshing and, well, relatively healthy. It's funny, it says it's got, you know, real fruit juice, and it does, because it's like 2 or 5% apple juice, but that's the only real fruit that's in there. The only actual juice that's in there. I read the ingredients last night or the night before, and it was all like, oh well, it's got some apple juice and artificial flavourings and preservatives. Sucralose, which isn't sucrose, so it doesn't count as a sugar. It's an artificial sweetener, officially. It's technically sugar, but because it's not sucrose or glucose, it's not legally counted as a sugar. So they can say it's got no sugar. I don't think your body's actually able to digest sucralose, so that might be why it's not counted as a sugar. Anyway, that was Scientist Dave coming out and saying hello to everybody in his most boring way. What's a sugar and what's not a sugar? Today we find out on Dave's a Boring Twat. Anyway, let's continue on spreading poop, which may or may not contain sugar. God, that's a terrible joke. I'm actually ashamed of myself for saying that. So, like I said, all the manure, the slurry has been spread already. There's either none or a very small amount in the lambs, because obviously they'll keep producing it once it's all been slurped up on my slurry tanker. In fact, I'm going to check. They have 488 litres of slurry. No, that's manure. 116 litres of slurry. I don't really like the horn in this tractor, but it'll do. I'd love to know what, I'm just kind of saying my thoughts. I'd love to know what this tractor is actually based off. If this is just essentially a convert of 2013 TW30, or if it's based off of the in-game models from 2015. Because I think it's probably, if it is based off an in-game model, it's probably based off the T6. Just judging from the sounds. But it is quite nice. The wheels get dirty, the rest of it doesn't. Bit of a shame, but what are you going to do? If you look at my subscriptions, you'd have noticed that, well, not today for you guys, but today, well, last week, I subscribed. If you're a stalker like that and you actually do follow my subscriptions, I subscribed to an air traffic control channel. A guy who posts air traffic control videos. And the reason is I really am interested in flights. I've got Flight Simulator X. When I'm a bit bored and I've got a couple of hours to spare, I will just do a flight plan. Yeah, London Heathrow to Amsterdam, I think it was. No, Heathrow to Charles de Gaulle in Paris was one of them, and I always end up with go-arounds because I'm apparently a bit quick on the approach. But yeah, listen to real air traffic control. Especially, there's one guy in JFK Airport in New York. I think his name is Steve. I think his name is Steve anyway. And he just keeps making jokes with the pilots. Constantly. They're professional jokes, but they're jokes nonetheless. I think one of his commands to a pilot was follow the rich people, meaning a business jet. You know, friendly professionalism is always nice to hear in a high stress environment like ATC. It's, you know, some of the things you hear on I don't listen to liveatc.net or anything, but I do kind of look at the highlights on YouTube, if you can say that. Don't know exactly how to describe it, but some of the things that air traffic controllers get up to and pilots get up to are ridiculous. I know there was one pilot it was actually JFK again, I believe. He didn't get the runway he wanted for landing, so I knew I'd have to do this. So he declared an emergency, commanded air traffic control to clear the runway he wanted, and landed where he wanted. I think that should be good for the time being then. That positioning of the conveyor belt. I will have to move it again though, because they don't have collisions. I swore those bales had collisions. I've been avoiding them this whole time, and I could have just hidden a tractor in there. I'm gonna do that eventually. Buy me a small tractor and hide it in the bales. I'm not now, because I've just said in the video I'm not going to do that now. Or will I? I won't. I might. You never know. Next up, on Dave's crazy world of his own mind, he doesn't even know what's going to happen next. On Dave's crazy mind. Yes, he is that crazy. What am I doing? Yeah, I was playing Bandicoot last night. I had to remember the map name again. I need to remember these map names better. I was playing on Bandicoot last night. I recorded 2 episodes of Bandicoot back to back last night, and oh my god, it's such a long map to play on. I just looked at the game clock, and I remember making a remark during when I was recording that, oh, it's almost 6 o'clock in real life as well, and it's 6 o'clock in game. And I checked last night when I was doing off-screen work, And it was nearly 9 o'clock in game. And I've gone over 12 hours on that map already, and I haven't even finished the first harvest. So that's a bit of a silly. I know I'm going quite long on this map as well, in between harvests, but that's because I'm doing things in a silly way that takes ages. And I've noticed that a lot of people don't ever spread manure or slurry in this game. They just let it pile up and then use it for, we'll say, the BGA mod, the BGA extension. Honestly, I don't like that. I like using the manure and slurry. It's free fertilizer. Why wouldn't you want to use it? You're saving yourself money. Yes, it takes a bit longer, and the equipment's, it's extra equipment for you to have. In the long run, it pays for itself because you're not buying fertilizer. In fact, no. I was going to say I've already probably paid for this manure spreader. I haven't, but my manure spreader's probably paid for itself, or come close. That's the reason I've downsized my fertilizer spreader, which I'm going to have to grab in a minute because I'm almost out of solid manure. There is some more up at the lambs, but I think I shall leave that for the next round and bring the conveyor up there and get the skip filled up with that. Skip's just going to be used for manure and silage, so I'm going to be doing that off screen, just moving manure and silage around. Manure is going to come down to the main farm. That's going to be the first thing to be moved because I need that moved so that I can get the silage from the main farm up to the sheep. I want to put that where the manure is now, the placeable pile there, and that'll be me sorted out for things. And then I can feed the sheep manure and it'll be awesome and amazing. So what I need to do in the next cycle when I'm doing harvesting and all that kind of nonsense is I need to get the big M out and I need to get some hay made for TMR. So I'm going to need to try and get, funnily enough, the round baler. I need to get that back, I think, to get some nice hay bales. Now with the bale extension, the hay bales can be sold for a ton of cash monies, which is awesome. What else? Oh, salmon! Yes, salmon. Because I've been kind of stalking around on FSUK and looking at various threads there. And his Mikhail Fusion 2 baler is in-game. I have seen a video of him using the Mikhail Fusion 2 baler, which means it's probably not too far off. He's using essentially he's using the model from NI Modding's Mikhail F550. He's using that model and kind of his own design of mounting bracket to a bale wrapper that's using well, the baler and the bale wrapper are both using Giant's default scripts for the bale and actually wrapping it into silage, which means that with the bale extension, that is amazing. That's going to be amazing, and you can you can cut your grass and then just go over the ones with the fusion. Pile two bales back to back because that's the thing the fusion can do, and Salmon's made sure that you can do that, even with straw bales and the like. Now, is that pile empty now, or is there some residual manure? Oh my god, 22 litres. That's going to be a manure pile forever and always, so I don't really think it matters all that much. Now it's empty. Okay. There's not enough manure there really to justify bringing this back out onto the field, is there? I mean, there's what? Maybe 500 litres? No, 353 litres. That doesn't justify that. I'm just going to leave that there. Go get the Amazon 1500. Driving cab is a bit easier. And what am I thinking? I don't know. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cut my job. Can you tell I've been on the injured? And yes, I did just J-turn a tractor. It was unintentional, but awesome. So here's the Amazon ZA 1500 Special. I'm just going to lower it down so that I can show you. There you go. A bit battered because it's a bit of an older spreader. I actually think it matches with the tractor quite nicely because they are both a bit rusted and battered and old. That's kind of the reason I got these two together. It's just for the wonder of two mods that actually match up quite nicely from different mod makers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up with calc. I have tested it. It does work with calc. Or lime or whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to go back out in field 11, finish fertilizing that, and then might not even finish fertilizing that on screen, but I'm going to do the rest of the fertilization off screen and bring you guys back when it's time for the fun. I say apprehensively, time for the fun of starting to seed and trying to figure out how on earth I'm going to do this with the tramlines mod. I have moved the harvester into the main farm. So let's fill this up with calc. And the only reason I use this is because it does have a particle layer that goes down on the ground and allows me to see very easily where I've already fertilized. I would use default fertilizer, but hey, if a map's got this mod in, I'm going to use it. Oh god, I've got myself stuck now. Easily fixed. So this is the reason I think this tractor is based on the T6. In fact, I think it has similar, if not identical, hook guards. They've got almost identical wheelbase. In fact, I think it is identical, and just a few minor differences in design. So I think it is based on the T6. Or at least the in-game chassis is, with possibly just bits and pieces of the TW30 model on top. So let's get spreading. And you can see immediately that it's quite a nice spread. Really nice sounds. It's just using the basic in-game sounds. But it does let me just get things done quite quickly, quite easily, and it's not as wide a spread as the sprayer I sold it for, but it's a better fitting spread for this map. I think it empties a bit slower than the other one as well, which is also nice. Though I think that's not intentional. I think that's actually a minor issue with the mod. But like I said, it does mesh quite nicely with this Ford. I like using the two of these in tandem, because this is the kind of thing you would have seen back in probably I'm gonna guess the TW was out in the 80s. Mid to late 80s maybe, and the Pellet Predator late 80s, early 90s, I guess? I've no idea. It's just, honestly, that's just a guess. but it does look about right. So, we've passed over 20 minutes. I'm just going to continue until I've finished field 11, because we're almost there now anyway. Okay, that bit I'm going to clean up off screen, because that's a mess and that's my own fault. And oh my god. Quality driving right here for me. I miss every second bit of the dang field. In fact, I will go back and get those bits in it, because we have don't have the time. Time's already up. But considering I usually make half-hour episodes by mistake, I can make a 22-23 minute one on purpose for once. Somewhat on purpose. So, oh, I didn't miss this bit down here. Oh, so the clip pattern on this, the clip distance on the calc is quite low, good lord. So this bit over here needs to be touched up, like so. I'm just looking for gaps in the spread, which is quite hard when sometimes the spread lines up almost perfectly. There is a gap over there, I can see. Just gonna somewhat intentionally waste fertilizer. That's not a gap. This is. He says as he managed to drift around it. Is that a gap? No. Okay, so I think that's field 11 fully fertilized. That's amazing. And I immediately bumped my headphones off my mic. Well, my pop filter, so you probably heard that. I'm gonna leave it here. I think that's good for an episode. Off screen, I'm gonna figure out what fields I haven't already fertilized and fertilize them. I think 8 and 9 need to be fertilized yet, and A and B I can check right now essentially. While I'm doing the outro. So, I've been Rainbow Dave, you've been watching Farming Simulator 15 on Old Ridge Farm. Ooh. That is done. Okay, so that got slurried. Did it get fully slurried? Yes it did. And this one did not. I knew I missed one of these. You've been watching Farming Simulator 15 on Old Ridge Farm. Please comment, like and subscribe while I fertilize some more. In the next episode we will be starting to seed. And I will be drowning in a sea of my own incompetence, trying desperately not to drive on areas I've already seen. And probably failing miserably. This is live commentary, so I don't know. The episode hasn't been recorded yet, but I'm gonna make a prediction that I'm gonna fail miserably at not driving over bits that I've already seeded. And then complain that I'm driving over bits that I've already seeded. If that does happen, it's not intentional. So, until then, and until I see you tomorrow, if you watch the Bjornholm Bandicam series, even, stay safe, and goodbye!